Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 5th grade concept of solving data problems. This is standard 5.9C in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 7 off the 2017 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So we have a stem and leaf plot, and it shows the number of minutes that the members of a team jumped rope during practice here. And so we need to find the difference, which that's going to give us our clue that we need to subtract. The difference between the least and the greatest. Well, the biggest problem with any stem and leaf plot is trying to figure out how to read the plot itself and how to turn this into some numbers here. So first we're going to go down here to our key, and we're going to use that to interpret it. So 3, and then that line, and then that 6 means 36. So this is what it tells me here. And this tells me that this is kind of acting like a place value chart, tens and ones. So my stem part is going to be my tens place. So let me write that up here. And then my leaf part is going to be my ones place. So we could use that information to kind of interpret the number of minutes that team members jumped rope during practice. Now let me start with this first row here, because this is where it gets a little bit tricky. This first row might look like 199, but it's not. Remember, the stem is going to be the tens place. So let me write that right there, 1. And then you have to take each of these leaves separately. So it's a way that you can show data when there's a whole bunch in a narrow range. So there's a whole bunch of times in the 10s, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s. And rather than a bar graph, we're going to show this to show how they're bunched together. So these are some of the numbers I have. I've got 19. So that's what this first one is right here. That first 9 is the leaf. That's the ones place. You put that with that stem of the 1 that makes 19. This next 9 right here is its own separate number. So you're doubling up. You've got two 19s. And that's all you have on the 1 stem. You go to the 2 stem, you see 3 numbers in the leaf. That means you have 3 numbers altogether. You've got everything's going to start with a 2, 20. Then you're going to have 21. Then you're going to have 23. Now we're going to go to the 3 stem, and you notice we've got 4 different numbers, 3, 4, 6, 7. So what we can do is we can just write 3 4 different times if we want. Then we could just copy down those leaves, 33, 34, 36, and 37. Now we're going to get to our 4s, and that's got the most amount right there. So I've got a 41, I've got another 41, I've got a 43, I've got a 45, and then 2 49s. Now we've got our 5 right there. We've got 50, 54, and then 52, which that's kind of weird. I wonder why they would put it like that. Normally you do it in order. But for whatever reason, it looks like they included an error in the STAAR test, because you normally put them in number order there. But it's not going to make any difference for us, because really what we need is in that 6 line. We've got 63, 65, and then we've got 66. Now, the problem asks for us to find the difference, that means subtract, between the least and the greatest. So we had to pull these numbers off of the stem and leaf chart to understand what that is. Our smallest number right there is 19. There's 2 19s, so just pick one 19. And our greatest number is set 66. So then we just find the difference. And that's pretty easy once we get our numbers off there. That's 7. That's 4. This is actually called the range. It measures the spread of a data set to see how far apart it is. And our answer here is going to be A, 47.